Hey there, what's up everybody and welcome to the channel. And for today, we shall talk about the new Omni unit, which is Felice. And this is the unit. Voila! And I gotta say that her Omni looks is really. I think for me, this girl over here, Felice, is the best design on Omni units for now. And I really love how she looks. And there's 7 stars into the Omni star form. Looks really different, and because the 7 stars, she looks like a princess in a dress. But on the Omni form, she really looks like a warrior, and this is really cool. I really love the color play here, the green, the red, the yellows, and I really like how she stands and all her animations and stuff. I really love how she turns out to be. And now let's move along and let's talk about her normal attacks, BB, leader skills, SBB, UBB, and enhancements. Alright, first thing first thing that we're gonna talk about is her normal attacks. Her normal attacks it at 14 hits, which is pretty low, I think, on today's standard, but it's not really that bad. And the BC drop per hit is 3 hits, so she alone will produce 42 BC per normal attack. It's not bad, it really is not bad, and still, I think she is still usable in arenas. And as you guys can see here, this is the status that she has, and the maximum imp that she will have. She will be able to take this much. Now her leader skill, let's talk about that. So 40% boost to all parameters, considerably boost BC efficacy. Okay, I got it. Considerably boost BC efficacy. And hugely boost BB gauge each turn and when attacked. Okay, the BC efficacy here is 50% if I'm not wrong. Yes, it is 50%, so it is really good. And the BB gauge each turn will fill 7 BC each turn for you guys, and this is huge. This is really huge. And the last part is BB fill when attacked. It will fill 4 to 7 BC per hit. And yeah, from the leader skill, I think for your everyday use or for trials, raids, and everything that has a lot of BC resistance or a lot of AoEs or a boss with only a single body part, this Felice will be a really good lead for you. However, she lacks the part on damage from her leader skill, but for BB management, this is currently the best one that you will have. And now her extra skill. Boost attack, defense, recovery, BB gauge. When BB gauge is over 50%, this will boost your attack, defense, and recovery by 50% when your BB gauge is over 50%. So it will only add a few more damage and some toughness and also a bit more healing on herself. This is not bad, but not really unique. So yeah, this one is pretty okay, just okay. Now let's take a look at her BB and SBB. Hang on, it always is like this whenever I touch it. Alright, so Brave Burst. Holy Spear of Life. I like how that sounds. 35 combo earth attack on all foes, hugely boost BB gauge for 3 turns, and damage taken considerably boost BB gauge for 3 turns. So her Brave Burst is actually a spark blanket, and the rest of it are about BB management. So the BB gauge each turn for 3 turns is at 7 BC per turn, which is really good. So if you combine it with her leader skill, it will be 14 BC per turn. And the BB gauge fill when attacked is also the same as her leader skill, so it's going to be at 4 to 7 BC per hit. So if you combine this as well with her leader skill, the BB fill that you will have is really enormous, really high and really good. I can see this unlimited SBB and everything, even on a single body part on bosses, on anything that I can think of. This is really good. And now her Super Brave Burst. 45 combo powerful earth attack on all foes. Hugely boost BB gauge for 3 turns, and damage taken considerably boost BB gauge for 3 turns, and spark damage boost BB gauge for 3 turns. It's almost similar to her Brave Burst, however on her Super Brave Burst she has 10 more hits on the attack. And the rest are almost the same with her BB. The BB gauge boost each turn is also 7 BC per turn, and the damage taken boost BB gauge is also the same, 4 to 7 BC per hit. However, the last part here is really good, since if you spark, you will fill your BB gauge, and the rate here, even not upgraded, is already one of the best in the game currently, which is at 2 to 3 BC per spark. And yeah, by her Super Brave Burst alone, she will produce a lot of BC. And added with the spark damage boost, BB gauge, and everything else that she has here, wow, really, that will almost fill your BB gauge every time, anytime. Even if you're not using her as leader, Brave Burst and Super Brave Burst are really good, and I'm pretty sure it will really help with your BB management. And now her ultimate Brave Burst. Okay, I admit it, I usually say Ultra Brave Burst, is actually Ultimate Brave Burst, so I'm gonna correct this right now. Ultimate Brave Burst. 50 combo massive earth attack on all foes. Adds enormous spark for vulnerability for 3 turns, enormously boosts BB gauge and BB attack for 3 turns, and adds spark critical for 3 turns. Alright, not bad, but okay, 50 hits, spark blanket again, that is a lot of hits, and the spark vulnerability is at 50%. However, on the chance on proccing, I think, yeah, the spark vulnerability is at 150%. This is really huge. This is really huge. I have never seen anything this huge on spark vulnerability before. I think it was 100% before, or I don't know, I don't really remember, but the spark critical will give you 50 more percent on critical spark, standard. This one is standard. And the BB attack here is not really that high. I'm not really going to suggest using this for BB damage on UBB. The BB attack buff is only at 600%, and there is no way to enhance this. Enormously boost BB gauge. This will fill your BB gauge by 50 each turn. So okay, leader skill, Brave Burst, Super Brave Burst, Ultimate Brave Burst. Most of it are about BB management, and I think this is the best unit for that currently. Well, I'm not really sure if Haley is gonna get her Omni. If she gets her Omni, Felice here might be outclassed. And I really do think that Felice here, she will be really good as a leader or even a sub unit. But for me, I think I will only use this unit for the sub unit part, since I really need a leader skill that is more about damage, and I think she will be enough just as a sub unit. However, if you just started the game and you are really having a hard time on managing your BB gauge, I think this leader skill will help you a lot in everything that you do, especially trials. Now let's take a look on her enhancements. Alright, I have taken mine, so this is what I took. 20 with these 50% boost to spark damage, another 20 which is boost BB attack, and the last 60 I took this one adds considerable HP restoration during spark effect to BB. And I actually took this because I usually bring Kolyuk in my squad, and he was also a healer, but the way that he heals is that we need to deal damage, and with this one it's a complementary thing to Kolyuk. So I will gain more HP by sparking and dealing damage, and that will result in a lot of healing. Yeah, and that's all that I took. So now let's discuss about what these enhancements do. So the first part here is boost attack, defense, recovery when BB gauge is full. This is good. This is pretty good. Her extra skill is already boost attack, defense, and recovery by 50% when your BB gauge is over 50% full. And with this one, if you get your BB gauge to full, this will add another 50% boost to your attack, defense, and recovery. So in total, it will be a 100%. Pretty good. This is a pretty good deal. I will have to say that. And the second part here is boost spark damage by 50%. This is also good, but this one is only on herself. So she will deal a bit more damage when she is sparking. And the attack boost here is at 20 SP as well. Boost BB attack. It will boost your BB attack by plus 50%. Standard. But still, this one is pretty good. And after that, we only have specials. Coffee. Okay, the first one is this one is pretty good, and I really suggest you guys taking this one if you are planning to make her a leader on your squad. So it will enhance the leader skill, the 40% boost to all parameters. It will enhance the effect to 50%, which is really good. So you will have a 50% boost to all your stats. Very good. And it only requires you to spend 10 SP on this one. Really cheap, and the effect is really good. The next part, I was saying spark and part at the same time, so it's spark. So add spark damage boost effect to BB SPB. This one requires a hefty, huge amount of SP. This one will take 50 SP for you. And the effect here is not really good. It's actually really bad. It will only boost your spark damage by 80%. So bad for today's standard. For today's standard, mostly are 90 or 80, but if you enhance it, it will turn into 120 or 130, which is Fern, Aze, and what else? Can't remember, but those two are already better than this one. So I will never suggest you guys to take this one unless you guys don't have another spark buffer that you have in your units. Really low. This one is really low. The second part is at 60 SP, but this one is, I really like this one since it will give you some healing on your spark. It will require you to have 60 SP, and the heal here is per spark it will be 400 to 500 HP per spark. So yeah, for herself it will heal her a lot. The next part here is actually pretty okay, I guess, since it will add a defense ignore effect to your BB and SPB, and it only requires you to spend 30 SP. This effect will only last for 2 turns, but if you only need, you have a lot of units and you will have a lot of buffs, and if you really need this defense ignore or just something to complement your squad buffs, and you only need this one, I can say that I might suggest you guys to take this one if you really need it, and it's only 30 SP. The next part, adds considerable boost, BB attack boost effect to BB and SBB. It will require you to spend 40 SP. This one I will never ever tell you guys to take it, since it will only boost your BB attack by 100%, and it is really low for an Omni unit. No, never take this one unless you guys don't have another BB attack. But I think the rest of the options here are really better than this one. So no. The last part, which requires you to spend 60 SP as well, add it will make your UBB last for 4 turns, and her UBB effects are not really that great, and it really does not contribute much into damage. But no, so I will not really suggest you guys to enhance this to 4 turns. So no, this one's really bad, I think. And now let's talk about her builds, her possible builds, and let's start with build number 1, which is my healer spec. This is the one that I took for my Felice. So I spent 20 SP on the 50% spark damage and another 20 SP on the boost BB attack on herself, which is 50%, and the last 60 I spent on the healing when sparked. So that's it. That's all that I took, since I only plan to use her as a sub-unit and not a leader. This one will complement with everything and does not really override or crash with other units buff. So this one's the general build that I really suggest for you guys. And build number 2 here is you should take this build if you don't have a spark buffer at all. So with the 100 SP points that you have, the first 50 that you will take is the first one here is the 10 SP. So boost attack defense recovery when BB gauge is full, which will add 50% more boost. And the next points that you will want to spend on is the 21, which is the boost spark damage by 50%. And the next one is boost BB attack by 50%. That's already 50. And the last 50 points you should spend on the adds considerable spark damage boost for 3 turns effect to BB SB. It's only 80%, but if you don't have other spark buffer, this one will do. Okay, now build number 3. So this one is the one that you should take if you plan on using her as leader. So the first points that you will spend on is the enhanced leader skill by 10%. So we still have 90, and the last 90 that you will spend on is the 61, which is heal on spark, and the last 30 is adds defense ignoring effect to your BB SB. So yeah, there you have it. Healing, defense ignore, and leader skill boost, which is really good, and you can have all the rest of the buffs from your other units. And for build number 3, there is another variant. This is what you should take if you don't need the defense ignore. So you need the spark as well. So yeah, this is the build. So the first 20 points that you will spend on is the 50% boost to spark damage, and the next is 20 SP boost BB attack for herself, and you will be left with 60 SP. And the last 60 what you will take is the 10 SP, which will enhance the leader skill by 10%, and the last 50 you guys should take these boost spark damage to BB and SBB. And that is all. That is all the build that I can suggest for you guys. Well, her build is pretty straightforward, if I may say, and I really love the design. I really love to use her, and I'm really glad that I can have her, even though I spent a lot for just this one unit. Hopefully on Lara badge, well, hopefully I can get lucky on the next one. Well, yeah, that's it for now, I guess. I hope you liked the video. Like this video if you like it, share it with your friends if you want your friends to also see how she do and what she does and how to build her. And if you're new to my channel, this is a really good time to subscribe. Just press that button, that fun button over there, and you'll hop on the fun train as well. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you, and bye bye. Whatcha?